little spooks.
I'm Kimberly.
And I'm Lexi. Welcome to the Guarded by Demons podcast, where we discuss all things horror.
Hope you have your bags packed and ready, because during July we'll be hitting the road with some summer fun. We definitely have some fun this week because we packed our camping gear and made our special guests come be camp counselors at Camp Crystal Lake. That's right, our little spooks. Today we'll be talking about Sean S. Cunningham's Friday the 13th. We have camp counselors Kimberly and Lexi here, but let's see who else we'll have to survive this summer nightmare.
It's me, again. Hi, I'm Loki.
And me. The one and only.
Your name?
Adam.
What is your name, sir?
What is your name? We threw out his name!
Yeah, we have Loki back, and we have my cousin Adam here.
Hell yeah, we do.
Yep. Older cousin. Horror dork.
Yes. This is his favorite horror franchise, and horror villain, so I asked him if he wanted to be on this episode, specifically. Okay, so, Lexi, was this your first time watching this movie?
It was.
Okay, what was your initial thoughts?
I actually quite like it. I like the location of it. I feel like if it weren't for the fact that there was murder happening, I would like to stay here. But that's only because I really like cabins and fishing and stuff.
Yeah, I know you do.
Yeah.
Loki, was this your first time watching this movie?
No, it's not. I have watched this movie multiple times.
How about you, Adam?
This is like my favorite series, slasher series. So I've definitely seen this quite a number of times.
Okay, this was not my first time watching it either. It's not my favorite, but it is one that I really, really like, just because of the special effects, makeup, and stuff like that. Like, the kills are really good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right. So this is a spoiler warning. We will go through this movie beat by beat. We will also go through it with some behind the scenes stuff that we found out. So if you have not seen Friday the 13th, you can rent it on Amazon for $3.99. Or if you have Paramount Plus, we are not sponsored by Paramount Plus. I just have an account. You can watch it on there. So this is your warning. If you do not want to be spoiled by this movie, go watch it right now. So we start off with the Paramount logo, but we do get some singing. Yeah. We get the setting for Camp Crystal Lake, 1958.
Hell yeah. At least it's not Kumbaya this time.
I know.
God.
It's very interesting that this scene here, the 1958 story, was a trope that the what's his name? That Victor Miller wrote in there after studying a few horror films for this project.
Did he say what horror films you studied by any chance?
Yeah, actually, he said he went to study. So he had never written a horror film beforehand, like at all, which is one of the funniest things about this movie is that when they wrote it, Sean and Victor never wrote a horror film in their life. So Victor said that he went to study Halloween, and he didn't say what other ones, but he did cite Halloween a bit.
That makes a lot of sense, honestly.
It does make a lot of sense with how this is. Also, Sean has blatantly just said that he wanted to rip off Halloween and off of its success.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, straight up.
At least he fucking owns up to it.
It's like, can I copy your homework? Sure, but don't make it look the same.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
This is basically what this whole movie is.
That was ballsy as hell.
Yeah, because basically, it how Sean Cunningham did it, he literally just put an ad out on Variety, and he was like, okay, he can make a logo for like Friday the 13th, and they used the same one for the opening credits. But he had no idea what they were gonna fucking do with it. He just thought like of the title.
I think that's pretty hilarious considering that alone got him like the funding he needed for his movie.
Well, it was that, but also the people who backed him up were the same people who backed up Wes Craven's The Last House on the Left, which Sean also worked on.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Yeah, so that's how he got like finance with the film.
Okay.
So yeah. So now we have a POV of someone walking around the cabins looking at the campers.
Counselors, no?
Bruh.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Lexi will be right back, guys. It's okay.
Hold on.
So we have a POV of someone looking around at all the campers who are sleeping. And it's really, honestly, I think it's like really creepy because like they're children.
They are. I find it very interesting how they're singing a kumbaya song about was it like a Christian kind of song or like a religious kind of song?
Yeah, I think so.
And then right after they're like, you know what? I think it's time to do it.
Oh yeah, two of them just like go upstairs to fucking have sex.
Ain't nothing
They
about
almost do. They just make out.
There's something about praising the Lord.
Yeah, because then we get to see with all the camp counselors, and they're finishing up the song. And the two that we see that are gonna go off on their own are just really staring at each other.
I like how no one bats an eye like when they just decide to get up and leave.
Yeah.
Who cares? They're horny teenagers.
No one's gonna care. But yeah, we see them go up into that little space that they're in. I think it's upstairs, right?
Yeah. It's almost like an attic, but not really.
Yeah. They're just being horny teens, very happy. Yeah, I think the most that they do is just like make out, and then we get that POV shot again of the person walking up the stairs, like following them. And it's good to know that like they do know the person that basically catches them, because if they knew the person and it was like an adult, they do act like they were just caught. Not like if someone of their friends like went up there and saw them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what definitely makes this more terrifying. The fact that they're like, it's not even like a frightened, oh my god, like, you know, like you see a stranger, it's literally someone so familiar to you, like, oh shoot, what's up, man? And then wham.
Yeah.
Like, least expected.
Yeah, because right after they're like, oh, like we were doing anything. The boy gets stabbed in the stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets stabbed in his stomach, and then the girl tries to like run away, but she can't really do anything because she's cornered. And then we get just the white flash. But I know, like in extended scene, you get to see like her with her throat slashed.
Oh wow, I actually have not seen the extended scene.
I think it is with the extended scene, or it's just they filmed it, but they did it, but they didn't put it in the movie.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You figured with all the violence they have in it that they would have thought, oh well, what the heck, throw it in there.
I think they had to roll it back for rating's sake.
Yeah.
Rating's sake.
And then we get the title card and some more credits. But also, a lot of this is like they aren't showing until after it happens.
I have returned.
Lexi is back.
The music composition fucking slaps.
Oh dude.
Oh, dude, it does.
It's Catch Me Fortnite dancing, alright?
You know what's cool? The composer, what's it called? Harry Manfredini. He said that because they didn't show the killer, the music was supposed to be an indicator to the audience that the killer is present. It's a trick apparently he picked up from Jaws.
Oh,
that makes
I
sense.
like that.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So now we are on Friday the 13th, the present day.
I like this little town a lot. I wouldn't mind living in it, honestly.
Well, it's a cute little town.
You can still visit this place, no?
Yeah. Yeah, you can still visit the place.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't think you're allowed to go to the campsite, though.
Aw, lame.
I think that's, like, blocked off.
I can imagine the amount of people dressed up as like Jason trying to take selfies and stuff over there.
Oh my god.
Like how many times like the locals see like horror fanatics
Yeah.
passing by.
The place would be crowded.
There's a puppy.
I'd probably be arrested off that property.
You know what? You're right. You probably would be. But we get Anne, right?
Annie, yeah.
Annie? Yeah. Annie talking to a dog.
Wiggle boy. Jaeger's looking at the TV. He sees the dog. Look at him.
I still believe that Annie can talk to animals.
So cute.
But yeah, she's trying to find her way to Camp Crystal Lake, and she is making her way down, downtown.
Walking fast.
Faces past.
And I'm homebound.
Dude.
A little convenience store. That's lovely.
Yeah, she goes into a little store, and she asks if anyone knows how to get to Camp Crystal Lake, and everyone's just like staring at her like, why do you want to go there?
But why?
Yeah.
Why not?
Like, or you shouldn't go there, and they call it Camp Blood.
Right off the bat.
Yeah. His name is escaping me. Who's it? What's his name again?
Oh, the trucker?
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't remember.
Ooh.
Enos, the actor's name is Rex.
We will still call him the trucker because I can't remember his name.
There's Ralph. Sudden.
I find that names are easily escapable in this film. That's why I have all the names written down.
Yeah, throughout the movie, I asked Kimberly whose names were whose because I couldn't fucking remember.
Yeah.
Same here.
The only person I remember was Kevin Bacon. And I only remember his actor's name, right?
Oh my god.
So then we get Annie getting an encounter with Crazy Ralph.
It's got a death
Harvard
curse.
Jr. Look at him get out of the back.
Oh, actually, I got a fun fact about that old trucker dude.
What up?
Okay, so this came out of the blue, but apparently that old trucker dude is the voice actor for Belle's father in Beauty and the Beast.
Oh shit! That's cool.
Yeah.
He kind of looks like him a little bit.
A little bit.
I didn't believe it at first.
Oh, yeah.
Maurice. We're gonna call him Maurice now.
Yeah,
it's
let's call
showing
him
that he was in the
Maurice because I can't
remix. Remix? What the fuck?
Remix.
Yeah. 2009 with Jared Padalecki.
But yeah, he agreed to take her to the camp, or at least like halfway, maybe.
This
Yeah.
is a good setup too because I thought for sure Annie was gonna be the final girl. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I was so bummed out when oh my god, what's it called? Annie is such a sweet bean, and instantly was one of my favorite characters.
Didn't you
Yeah,
say
so this
that?
was one of like the other references that I think that was like unintentional that they did for Psycho.
Oh wow, what you mean?
How Annie dies like early on in the movie, that is basically mirroring the woman in Psycho when she gets stabbed in the shower.
Big sad. She was like such a
F's
sweet
and J-
character.
F's and Jet.
F's in the chat.
That's a check for Annie. She's really sweet, but also the way that you can see how there's a kind of like a pattern how everyone dies. Like Annie was the first one, and she's the cook,
Yes.
and Mrs. Voorhees was also the cook.
Huh.
Take my job.
All these damn young kids taking my jobs.
God. Didn't you say, Kimberly, that Annie kind of reminded you of me a little bit? Or am I crazy?
Yes, because her hair.
Is my hair that fluffy?
Yeah,
Does it look that nice? I don't think my hair looks that nice.
I think it looks that nice.
Thank you.
Also, just the fact that she is nice.
Thank you.
We get more of Maurice warning Annie about not going there, but she's just like,
How people have died and all that good jazz.
I find their interaction to be very awkwardly written or just awkwardly performed. And I think that's one of the things that I forgot which person I saw in an interview talk about, but they mentioned that that it was a little bit awkward.
Well, I mean, I think it would have been a little bit awkward because going from the stage to just like on sets for movies is like really different.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all these kids were theater actors.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, because Kevin Bacon before this was like his first movie technically, because mostly he did stage stuff.
Yeah, this was like before his fame in Footloose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this came out like 4 years before Footloose, didn't it?
Yeah.
I will say the interactions between because of I think that's super cool you mentioned that the interaction between the teenagers are all it literally looks all fluid, like they literally just silly dumbass teenagers just being teenagers.
Yeah, like I was I'm gonna mention them again. I was listening to the episode of Friday the 13th by the Halloweenies, and they were mentioning that the chemistry between like all the kids, even though some of them have only just met that day, it's very like fluent. They're like best friends.
It's like meeting someone at a con with like your same fixation and like
Yeah.
favorite series. You just
Bam,
you
just instantly bond
immediately. Yeah.
But then we are introduced with Ned, Marcy, and Jack with like the fucking funniest and weirdest music in the background.
Hey, you don't like this banjo?
You're so country.
It's so funny.
This actually kind of looks like what it looks like when we go to get our Christmas tree every year. Like this particular area looks very much like Pilot, Virginia.
Oh, amazing!
I forgot
it's very pretty.
I forgot that both of you live in a similar environment. That's got to be kind of spooky, no? Like, do you ever think about this movie?
No.
Now they will.
Now
Thanks.
Oops, my bad.
But now we get the sign that says "Welcome to Camp Crystal Lake," and we get Steve, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
Steve chopping some wood,
shirtless.
I pointed this out to Kimberly. But my dad, when he was younger, kind of looked like Steve.
Amazing.
Except his hair was all the way down to like the middle of his back.
I actually called him Ned Flanders to remind myself his character.
He does look like Ned Flanders though, so you're not wrong. But then we get him interacting with Jack, Marcy, and Ned, and then we get Alice.
There goes the stump.
Yeah, they're pulling out a stump right now. We're helping him, and they're introducing themselves.
I remember I actually had to pull out a stump once. Oh my god! Now I know why he uses gloves. I did it with my bare hands. It is horrible.
Oh,
idiot!
Oh my god!
Had to fucking suck, dude.
Dude, I was like trying to like impress like the family that I was doing it from. Like, yeah, it's just me and my greedy old axe right here. I'll do the job for you. After like maybe 30 minutes, I'm like, my hands are blistering up. Nope.
Oh my god.
Jeez, man.
Adam, what the hell?
So
also,
funny.
I want to know that I was watching the documentary that's on Shudder, the Camp Crystal Lake Memories. No, not sponsored by Shudder. But I was watching it yesterday, and I want to note that like I think it's really cute that the actress for Alice still has like the same type of hairstyle, and she still looks really adorable in it.
Some haircuts just never got a style.
No. I just want to note that because I thought it was really cute. I was like, "Aw."
Yeah, I did write down in my book that Alice is adorable. Yeah.
Agreed. It's got to be the hair.
I wrote Kevin Bacon with a fucking goofy ass smile face on it.
I love Kevin Bacon.
He's cool.
He's cute here, handsome now.
Yep. But then we get Alice working on the roof and Steve talking to her about probably staying for the week. But she's saying that she has stuff to do in California and she might have to leave early.
This interaction is one that I've always wondered, and I could never piece together. Did they have something going on, or was it one-sided?
The actors, like in real life, or like just the characters?
The characters.
The characters. So what I was thinking is that maybe it alluded to something that they did have something going on between them.
Uh-huh.
Or it could have been the fact that like they were just all hanging out because Bill is there at the camp already.
Yeah.
So I didn't think that they were like together or they had something. I just thought like, oh, the three of them were hanging out and probably he like fell asleep and that's why like Alice drew him, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But it does seem to like allude that they did have like a night together.
Yeah. Because that's the kind of vibes that I got. But I was like, let me go over this with the council.
Yeah, no, I got the same vibe though.
Yeah.
But it's hard saying. I was taking notes most of the time.
You're fine though.
I gotta remember shit because my brain bounces all over the place.
Yeah, but then we get Steve looking through her sketchbook, and he's like, "Is that really how I look?" And she replies, "Well, that's how you looked like last night," because she drew him. I guess while he was asleep.
I definitely like how your mind went to the very wholesome conclusion of that.
No, my mind went to the gutter at first, and then I started thinking about it, and I was like, "Wait, Bill was there too." Like, you sure they could have gone off alone?
That's exactly what I was thinking about too. I'm like, Bill was there though, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But it kind of alludes to something there, and I was like,
But also, Alice doesn't seem like the type to want to like go off alone. The first night, you know. So I feel like she would be there with like the group. That's why I also thought, oh, he probably like fell asleep.
That's a really good inferring. Okay, cool.
He just took a big old snoozer.
Yeah, she agrees to like stick it out for the week just to see, but still she's just not really like sure about it because he clearly wants something, but she doesn't really want that.
Yeah,
I can't tell if he's like in his mid-20s or mid-40s. Honestly, it's the mustache. I think I can't tell.
He was 34.
He was 34?
34.
Okay.
As a character, or
no, the actor was 34.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, he is supposed to be a boss, like a work boss. So I would assume that they would probably have him be an older dude. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
There.
And then we get Alice talking with.
I don't remember his name. Bill.
Yep. Oh yeah, Bill.
Oh god, is that Queen Anne's lace? She better be careful. She's gonna get. This is not a slur, I swear. She's gonna get chiggers all over her. They're just like those little itty bitty red bugs. They bite the shit out of you.
Oh.
I had a friend actually talk to me about Maine, in those kinds of areas, that they actually duct tape their pants to their shoes, so ticks and critters don't climb up their legs and bite them.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Oh yeah, ticks are bad out here.
And then we get all the counselors surrounding Steve in his car, and so he's saying that he'll be back, I think, before lunch or something, or after lunch.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Can't remember now. Or was it dinner?
He said lunch.
Okay.
I like how he says lunch, but he doesn't return for like half the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking nighttime, but that's why I got confused.
Like,
I was like, was it lunch? Like,
sir, that is dinner.
We call this a continuity.
That's not even dinner anymore. That's midnight snack.
We don't know how like bad like night it is. You don't know how night it is.
I mean,
also his car got stuck, so
I mean, yeah, but it was still really dark.
Yeah, but just because it's really dark doesn't mean it's like really late. Like 10 o'clock is pretty dark.
Yeah, you're right, I guess. But the moon was also high.
Oh, but yeah, we just get Steve informing them like, "Hey, I will be back," and just to start getting the camp ready, and that there's like food in there if they want to make themselves lunch or dinner.
Food. I'm always hungry. I'm sorry. Liddy's cut off shorts. Damn.
Now they're off doing their own things. I think we get the next scene is like Brenda getting the it's Brenda getting the
archery
targets for archery.
We're introduced to the one and only the what's it called? One of the archetypes for horror characters.
Oh, the fool.
The fool.
Oh, fun.
Oh yeah. Fucking almost shoots her with the fucking arrow.
That scene was so fucked, dude. Like I can't imagine you're just hanging that up, then wham, you feel like an arrow shoot by you. Like, hey, dude, what's up?
It's also foreshadowing for Brenda's death.
I never thought of it that way. Actually, that's scary.
It's like once you see the movie and you actually like see what's happening, it is a little foreshadowing with how you see her when she comes in through the window later.
Dude, this looks way too much like fucking Fairy Stone.
Oh, well.
And it's hella interesting you mentioned that. Now that I'm thinking back on it, the movie is quite literally littered with foreshadowing. Holy
Yeah.
crap.
And then we get Annie getting in a Jeep.
She hitchhiked.
No,
Yeah.
no.
This was
please,
the 80s.
no.
Hitchhiking was big.
Yep. Also, it is good to note too that she is very, very comfortable. Like her attitude and everything changes from when she was with the other guy to the person in the Jeep. Like she's very comfortable in the Jeep now with the new person she's going with.
You know, that's actually something interesting I heard where they kind of give you clues, very subtle clues that the killer is a woman. Very subtle clues.
It's very small. Most of the time it's like they have to know who the person is, or at least they have to at least feel comfort with the person to have it click, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It would make sense that Annie would be much more comfortable getting into a Jeep with a woman rather than a man.
With an older woman too.
Yeah, an older woman too, which still holds to this day, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But they just passed the turn to Camp Crystal Lake, and Annie is like panicking in the car.
It hurts to see her in such distress. My favorite character.
I like this though, the way she jumps out of the car.
She fucking
that was crazy. Holy shit.
Yeah, apparently the actress like did the stunt herself, and she was like very proud of it. Like she had fun doing it.
God.
Jesus. So yeah, for this next scene, you're gonna open the door and then just jump out.
Just yeet yourself into the road.
And she did.
I can't imagine reading that. I'd be like, come again.
I'm gonna do what now?
Excuse
what are we doing?
But yeah, we get the POV shot of we are following Annie running around the fucking woods, tripping over everything because she hurt her foot.
Not the leggy.
Ouch.
My leg. My leg. Oh man.
Oh, there's also a music cue, I believe, here. That occurs. That once again signals the killer is doing their thing.
Yeah. But Annie gets surprised when she trips, because she falls right in front of the killer. She backs up into a tree, and she gets her fucking throat slit.
This is definitely one of those parts where they used another the horror cliches, correct? Where she's basically running her ass off, and then incidentally ends up right in front of the killer, right?
Yeah.
What's funny is that you could kick myself. You could definitely tell those are man hands.
Oh yeah.
Very good way to throw you off, though.
Yeah, it is. I mean, if you aren't like super seeing it, you're not gonna be able to tell what kind of hands they are. But honestly, men hands are like a lot bigger than women's anyway.
Yeah.
I actually was watching this with Cookies earlier, and they said those shoes are too small to be a man's shoes, and I'm like, excuse me, what? Like, yeah, you can see here. There's like a scene where the shoes pop out, and I'm like, I would have never thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Gee, he's observant one.
The subtle clues.
Yeah. Now we get back to the camp where all the counselors are at the lake.
This part honestly looks really fun to me.
Yeah.
Plus, I just like swimming. Swimming's fun.
I wish it was fun for me.
That's only because you don't know how.
I'm not willing to learn.
I was gonna say I'll eat you into the lake and make you learn.
Nah. Family has already done that with pools. That's not gonna work.
This scene is supposed to be... I like this scene a lot because it really shows them just naturally being teenagers amongst themselves. Like, I think like how you brought it up earlier.
Oh, I saw somebody's dick. That's Kevin Bacon. Yeah, it was. Those Speedos.
Oh, they do notice someone like on the other side
Watching them.
Yep.
Just creepy.
That man must have 20/20 vision, because Jesus, to notice something that far away. Maybe it's just me.
I think it's like two of them. Yeah, I think it's Marcy and who else that noticed?
It was Marcy and Jack, I believe.
Yeah, that noticed that there was...
Well, I mean, I think you would notice something moving in the forest, especially if it's human shaped.
Yeah.
It's so fun. I can definitely tell that Kevin Bacon doesn't know how to fucking dive because he just belly flops into the lake.
Yeah.
That had to fucking hurt.
God.
It does. It's so funny.
We get Alice running with the life preserver, and I think it's Ned, right?
Yeah.
That is drowning.
Yeah.
What kids movie do they? It's not the Sandlot. No.
It is a Sandlot.
It's a Sandlot,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's really interesting because Sean was making. I think you remember hearing this, that Sean was making unsuccessful like family kids films
Oh yeah.
prior to Friday the 13th, and I want to say that this little skit, they might have gotten it from like, something like the Sandlot, but I could be wrong. It just kind of reminded me of it.
I think
Probably.
did the Sandlot come out after or before this movie?
Oh, you're
So,
right.
in the
Actually.
90s.
Oh crud! Never mind.
Well, the thing is, Sean also worked on like a baseball movie with kids, so
Maybe that was it. Maybe.
could have been it.
I've
We
never
don't
I've never actually seen those films.
No.
Oh yeah, we got the snake in the cabin, and Alice finds it.
I'm so sad.
It's a real snake.
It is a
Yeah.
real snake.
So the cast has always apologized for that because they did not know it was a real snake.
Did you ever hear the story of where they got the snake from?
No.
Oh my god! So according to the story, Tom Savini, the makeup artist, right? He actually asked to borrow the snake. It was a pet snake from someone they knew, and this person did not know. I don't know if Tom knew or not, but the person they borrowed it from certainly did know they were gonna hack up his pet.
That's so sad.
Yeah,
This is just a harmless little black snake. The fuck, bro?
yeah. That's one of the more oddball scenes of the film, to be honest. Like, I think the only other film I've seen that like has actual snuffy elements is like, I think, kind of a Holocaust.
Tell me when it's over, please.
I will.
Thank you. I don't want to see the snake get hacked up again. It made me feel real bad.
No, I do think it was like funny that everyone had to pile it into the cabin just for this one snake.
Poor noodle.
Everyone was just like, "What's happening? I want to know."
Not the noodle.
They create
But yeah,
such
we
a
get
ruckus
him
for that one
chopping up
snake.
the snake with a machete.
At least it was in one fell swoop, dude.
Too.
Well, I mean, he cut the head off in the first one, so I mean.
Oh well. Yeah, you're right.
Like, I find myself laughing at how ridiculous the entire scene is, where like they're dropping everything left and right and they break the bed. And
Yeah,
it's so much chaos happening.
it's done.
Okay, thank you.
I thought it was really funny that Marcy was like, "Well, now we know what we're eating for dinner."
I've had snake before.
How is it?
It was a long time ago. I also ate rabbit.
Was it back in Mexico?
No, it was actually here in downtown LA.
Oh wow! Where do they serve snake in downtown LA?
I don't know if that place is still, but they serve it in like hot dog form.
I like how I pronounced it.
I think I've seen it on Food Network actually.
He looks
many
like
years ago.
Linguini from Ratatouille. Just the face. The face. He looks like Linguini.
Because I paused it on Ned's face. Oh, my.
Oh, the moth. He has come to pay a visit.
But we get a police officer?
Yes.
Yeah. Going on the motorcycle. So what I found out was the actor for the police officer did not know how to ride a motorcycle, so he kept falling on his ass the whole time.
Dude,
That's
I thought he
great.
looked pretty badass riding out of there. He probably learned pretty quick. He is quite the character. He reminds me of Red from That 70s Show.
Oh yeah. I do think it's like really cool that not a lot of these characters seem annoying at all.
They don't.
No, not like how they are later in the franchise.
Yeah.
Like these kids don't seem annoying at all.
They remind me of the cast of the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where they
Mhm.
all literally just teenage dweebs
Yeah,
in the 70s.
like how they all get along and like Ned's just having fun and everyone is like laughing at his jokes.
Yeah.
With his slightly racist tones.
Yep,
Slightly.
slightly.
Definitely.
He's wearing a headdress right now. But I do
Wasn't his,
think
like-
it's like really funny that the kids are just being kids, and also like with Kevin Bacon's character going up to the motorcycle, getting the
That's something I would do.
the walkie-talkie.
Oh boy.
But yeah, the officer is there to warn them or just like ask them if they have seen Ralph because his wife is very, very worried for him.
Quick question: is this motorcycle a Harley?
I don't know.
It looks like it. I'm trying to decipher the logo, but I can't.
I wish
I
I
have no
knew
idea.
bikes. They look pretty cool, but all I have is a moped, a yellow moped with a Transformer sticker on the back to like add salt on the wound.
I remember that.
That's funny.
You can tell he's struggling on the motorcycle.
Yeah.
When he's doing that turn, and he's like moving side to side too much.
Could have fooled me.
I mean,
thought he
he
looked
did
cool.
say that. He did tell them that he did not know how to write it. So,
At least he tried.
yeah.
The amount of risky like scenes that they did in this film is so astounding. Like jumping out of a car, get on this bike. You don't know how to do it? Well, you gotta learn.
But also, just the fact that, like, I want to point this out. The fact that Ralph has a wife.
Oh yeah.
You're right. Holy shit! I didn't even think about that. The dude's got. I wonder if he's got kids.
There's somebody out there.
Oh, I don't
for
know.
everybody.
Yeah, they're... Okay, well, here's the thing. Like, he probably got like that
Oh, it is a Harley.
because... Oh, nice. Because of, like, what's been happening at the camp. Or maybe he's, like, been drinking too much. He probably wasn't like that when they got married.
I would love to see a comic with some backstory about Ralph. To be honest.
Same.
Same.
But now we got the officer riding away. And you're right. He doesn't know how to fucking ride the thing.
I mean, he's definitely done it more than once, though. You can tell.
Yeah.
Just enough to not fall on his ass.
Yeah. Which, I mean, is all you need.
Yeah.
Question: what happens if you have to arrest somebody and you're on a motorcycle?
You have to wait for backup.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking.
Yeah, because you can't just have them right there with you.
I was
You
gonna
have to
be
wait
like,
for
what do you
backup.
do? Like, you get a sidecar or some shit?
I'm trying to imagine where you like cuff them and just throw them in the back. All right, now hold, or you like cuff them around your waist.
Tie them to the back of the
Like the
motorcycle,
times where
just
we have
very
cowboys.
style.
But yeah, now we get Ralph coming out of the food cupboard and scaring
Why is he in
Alex. Why is he in the
How long do you
fucking
think
food
he's
cupboard?
up there?
I don't know.
I'd be hiding in there too. I'm looking for snackies, bro.
That's you and not him.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. The man knows what's up. I remember when I was a little kid, we used to have a food cupboard. I would just hide in there because it was so cool. It was like, wow, this is a closet. I'm hiding in here,
Oh my god.
It's a closet for food.
dude. I don't know what went through my like little kid brain. I would just hide in there, and then my grandma would come and like, oh shit, what are you doing in here? Like, I'm just hanging out, bro.
Just vibing.
Look, man, at least our grandma wasn't how she is now. Like, you can't give her a heart attack back then.
It's true. We can't hide in the cupboard anymore.
No.
No. So you're telling me that the fucking police officer didn't notice the fucking bike leaning up against the fucking tree? And
This
didn't
is-
suspect it might have been Ralph's?
Okay, but also the fact that he biked all the way there and
That too.
Annie had to get rides.
The man's
Man has
cardio was
legs.
unmatched.
You're right. Dude, some older men just have some crazy cardio. There's a guy who's easily like in his mid 70s or maybe early 80s who jogs around my neighborhood every day. He
This
used
is
to be a
dad-
coach
this
at
is
my
dad-
high school.
Yeah, Chris's dad's Chris's dad's dad, so Chris's grandpa, is still very much physically fit, and he's like in his 90s.
Bless.
Damn.
I remember there was a dude on TV, like a cooking dude who was like super old, but he was like really fit.
So now they're trying to figure out how to get the fucking power on.
Oh yeah, they're all in the kitchen. I like their interactions in the kitchen too because they're all acting like super close, even though they just met.
I think that's what makes it very all the more terrifying when you see them like, you know, get
Die
hatched
one
up
by one?
Yeah. I think that
Um,
totally adds to it.
I think it's Jack, right? That fixes the generator or that turns on the generator.
As Jack or Ned, I can't remember. It's probably Jack though. Maybe.
Kevin Bacon. Is that
Bacon.
you?
Sir?
Okay.
Yeah, it is. Yep, there you go.
Yeah. Okay. So they fixed the generator.
Whoop, whoop. Good job, Mr. Bacon, sir. The sunset is pretty. This reminds me very much of Fairy Stone. I think you would like Fairy Stone, Kimberly, but like it's really dark. There's no street lamps or anything out there. It is dead quiet.
Yeah, that is why I don't want to go.
You know what? Fair.
But then we get what is it? Jack and Marcy fucking having a little couple moment, and Ned is just whistling to himself.
Watching from a distance.
Which, I pointed out to Kimberly. It's like, don't whistle in the woods.
You don't know what's going to respond with that.
No.
But he sees someone.
Especially this jackass who's wearing a fucking headdress.
But he sees someone going into the cabin and he goes to check it out.
And that's the last we see of him.
Yep, that's the last we see of him.
F.
I will note. I will note that to remember them on my notes here, I put Jack, horny for Marcy. Marcy, horny for Jack.
You know
That's
what?
one of
That's
the only ways
valid.
that I remembered them.
That's valid.
I mean, also, like, this does solidify that, like, if you're a couple in a horror movie, you're not going to survive.
That did, in fact, solidify it.
Yeah. But then they both notice that, like, a storm is coming, and Kevin Bacon's character is, like, really enthusiastic about the fucking thunderstorm.
Nobody can hear anything with a thunderstorm. No. Kidding.
I will note the conversation they have is very crucial. So I remember it's the one where let me get my cast here. Okay. Yeah, where Marcy starts talking about the thunderstorm or a storm in her dream that eventually turns into a like rivers of blood.
Mm-hmm.
And then she wakes up or something along those lines. And it was something very interesting. Like, obviously it had some sort of significance to it if they shot it, like, and it was just a very what's that word? It was purposely shot where they're talking about it, right? Otherwise they wouldn't have bothered to put it in. But it reminded me of Sean Cunningham's theme about fear. About about untimely death, that he remembers writing Friday, and a theme that he talked about was regarding teenagers and untimely death that is extremely distressing. You know, that bad stuff happens, in his words, bad stuff happens, we know it, let's take a look at it and it'll be less scary. I forget, but I think I remember her talking about her revisiting that dream over and over or something like that, and slowly coming to terms with it.
She dreamt of it like 5 or 6 times, I think is what she said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's totally a scene that talks about one of the themes. I remember he related it to almost being like a child and being told a fairy tale to be familiar with your fears over and over, so that the fear becomes less scary over time. And it's kind of unfortunate in the fact that although she probably remembers this dream several times, ultimately it's like you said earlier, it's like another freaking foreshadowing of the tragic events that are about to befall on these teenagers.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we get Jack and Marcy heading up to the cabin before it starts raining.
And they making out and shit.
Yeah. And then we get back into, like, I think it's the main cabin.
Yeah, I think it says, like, common on one of the windows at the front of the cabin.
With Alice,
Ned, and...
Is it Ned?
I think it's Ned. No, it's not Ned. It's Bill.
He's dead.
That's right. Ned
It is
dead.
indeed Bill.
So it's Alice, Bill, and Brenda.
I only know Bill here because he's like a shred master. He's throwing out some tasty licks, dude. Like,
so here's the thing that I want to know. I saw this and I kind of thought, like, Brenda is a little bit sapphic. I think she's, like, into Alice.
Interesting. Go on.
So with Bill playing the guitar, you can see that Alice is, like, super into it, and you can tell that they're super into each other, and Brenda interrupts it before it can go on, and she's like, hey, why don't we play Monopoly?
Strip Monopoly.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, I never would have thought of that. Interesting.
And then I'll get to this again when that scene comes up again. But it is a continuation of them playing the Monopoly part. So we do get the classic horror sex scene with Jack and Marcy.
Of course. This was so awkward to watch with you for some reason.
I did not feel awkward at all. I was just like, okay.
I guess I'm still trying to get used to, like, sex scenes in general because I don't watch a whole lot of this kind of stuff.
You know, interestingly enough, I remember growing up with my parents because my dad was into horror films, he didn't necessarily care about me watching like the sex scenes on theater or in movies, but he wouldn't talk to me about it. He'd be very awkward about it. He's like, talk to you about sex? Big no. My mom, on the other hand, would be like, what you're watching is natural. She was like one of those like little hippie moms. She's like, it's natural. Don't do it. You'll learn about it in 5th grade, but just know that what they're doing is chill. I'm like, okay, whatever's. I have no idea what's going on.
Damn, I wish everybody was that chill about it, honestly.
Honestly, same. I did not learn shit about that until like you guys fucking talked about it with me. Like my parents didn't teach me shit. My parents didn't tell me shit. It wasn't until like I was around all of you.
Was it my mom?
No, it wasn't even your mom. It wasn't your parents. It was literally just like you guys. Like
like for movies and shit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, my mom was pretty wacky.
I like that your mom is like completely honest though.
Sometimes too honest. Sometimes she'll be saying stuff and I'm like, don't say that out. The whole freaking family's here, dude. It's
Yes, I know.
Oh my god.
I know.
Sometimes I wish my mom would be a little bit more honest.
Moody.
You're always welcome to be adopted by my mom. My mom's always taking in all of
Oh yeah, dude, my
I'm
aunt,
begging you.
My aunt is like unofficially adopting everyone.
Please, I beg. I need more motherly love in my life. I beg. I'm not getting enough.
I got most of my motherly love from her.
Kimberly can vouch that I'm not getting enough motherly love.
Yeah.
I'll be sure to let her know whenever you make your way down here to LA for a visit.
Sweet. We're still planning on that probably next year, hopefully.
Dick.
We could save enough money.
Hopefully by Halloween.
Oh yeah, yes. Hopefully. But we do we're coming back to the scene with Jack and Marcy, and we get a pan up to the
top
bunk.
Yeah, the top bunk.
And we see Ned with his throat slashed.
Which is all kinds of fun, dude.
Also, I think that's like Mrs. Voorhees' like MO, where it's like throat slashing is her signature for a killer.
Every serial killer has
when
one.
You said Jack and Marcy, I was like, because my cats are named Jack and Marceline.
Jeez. I do like these little beer bottles that they have.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you were like, those are really tiny ones.
They are. They're so small. I like them a lot.
Also,
I like the way they look.
Casually covering the logo.
Yeah.
I will say, these two, Kevin Bacon and Marcy's actress, have very natural chemistry that I appreciate.
Yeah.
I always wonder if they got together for some reason.
You always wonder that when characters have like really good chemistry.
You're like, please? Hello?
She gets to say later on afterwards that she got to second or third base with Kevin Bacon.
Damn.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, the actress was like really excited for this part.
You know what? I can't say I can't believe
she
her.
was. If you look at the Camp Crystal Lake Memories documentary, she said that she was very excited for that part because she got to have fake sex with Kevin Bacon.
You know what? Understandable.
Preparing yourself to be mentally horny before a shot. I can't.
But now we get back to the group. We get Brenda, Alice, and Bill playing Strip Monopoly, and Bill has to take his shoe off.
Honestly, I just want to play Monopoly at this point. I've been itching to play it.
We have SpongeBob Monopoly.
Yeah, we do.
I like how she goes. Are there rules to this? Because I like how she goes, you owe me one boot. Like she's ready to see some feet. I don't know, man. I don't know.
That's you, Adam.
But now we get the shot of Kevin Bacon lying down and smoking a cigarette, or is it?
I don't think it's a cigarette.
No, I can't tell, dude.
It's rolled. It's hand rolled.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's definitely some weed.
It's weed.
Post-coitus weed.
Oh, he's feeling it. He's happy. But then we get
blood dripping on his face.
Yeah,
from the top bunk. Oh,
and that distracts him long enough for a hand to come up
from underneath the bed.
And now we have an arrow going through his neck.
Fun.
I love the way now you can see the difference between like the fake neck he has and his real head.
Right?
I definitely like to point that out as like, as a very childhood like fear. Someone under your bed that's actually there. Like,
No, thank you.
This is why I like beds that have drawers underneath, and you know nothing can get under there.
that's true. That's true. Did you ever hear the story of the prop failure in this scene?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, the blood wouldn't
What?
come up.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
For Kevin Bacon's blood?
Yeah,
That's why it comes out
Tom
so
Savini
much?
really loves telling this. So apparently the tube for the blood got stuck, or it was disconnected from the actual like blood tube. So his assistant actually had to blow into the tube, and that's how we get the spurts of blood coming out of the arrow.
Fun.
I think it was Tom Savini himself that blew into that.
No, he said specifically it was his assistant that
His
he was
assistant.
holding. Yeah, that Tom said that he was holding the arrow, and his assistant was doing the tube.
They did say, and I remember hearing this in an interview. This would suck if it is true what they're saying. It's actual animal blood that they were pumping through.
Ugh.
Oh, I have no idea.
Was it probably like pig's blood, huh?
I remember seeing that
Maybe.
in an interview in a little documentary where they talked to him that it was apparently real animals' blood that they were pumping through. So that's gotta smell gross and that's gotta taste bad.
Ugh.
Yeah, and that's another thing for like these special effects. Like they're really, really, really good. And Tom Savini was actually recommended for the film after I think it was Sean who saw his work in
Was
Day
Dawn
of
of the
the
Dead?
Dead?
Dawn of the
Dawn
Dead.
of the Dead. Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, who saw his work in Dawn of the Dead. And the reason why they wanted him was because of how realistic his stuff was, how gruesome it was.
I do
And
like- Sorry about that.
no, it's okay. But like they wanted his work because of how realistic everything was. And it was just the fact that like Savini was a combat photographer in the Vietnam War.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so he also stated, Tom Savini stated that if his work didn't give him the same feeling he got after seeing like the real things, then he wasn't doing a good job with his special effects
Damn.
work.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he did. If he said that if he didn't feel what he actually felt from seeing the real thing, then he didn't think that the audience would believe it, or it wasn't good enough for the audience to see.
Damn, dude.
And
That's
I will say
gnarly as shit.
for 1979, this was pretty gruesome and realistic.
Yeah.
It's fucking gnarly, dude.
So for the blood, they actually used a combination. I looked this up because the combination that they used apparently was so chemically that shit was bad for you. That's why. Because they used Caro syrup, red food coloring, and Kodak photo flow. So like, when somebody got their eye out, I forget which character dies that way. He went blind for a while in that eye.
What?
That's not good.
They
Jesus.
they do go for some extremes when making the special effects here, and I definitely think that's what. I definitely want to say that although this movie has it has a bunch of like blatant rip-offs of other older films, but I will say the one thing that 100% like sets it apart and makes it a really good film is just how extreme they went to get these special effects shots.
Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah, I don't think anybody wants photo developing chemicals, but
Jesus.
I guess they did what they had to do. Yeah, because even they said that the person who did the tube for the blood, he immediately ran to the lake to wash his mouth out.
Oh, God, that's fucking gross.
Continuing on with the film.
Yeah. So now we get Marcy going into the restroom.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
Always
communal
pee
shower?
after sex, folks.
Yeah.
Always go pee after you have sex. Unless you want to get a UTI, possibly.
I think I heard that on TikTok as well.
It is an actual thing. Like you risk the possibility of UTI.
Yeah.
Yep, it's true.
And I believe you cue the music in for the killer here. Another cue.
Yes, I think so.
She doesn't look like her. She reminds me of Nancy from Stranger Things for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's the eyes.
Maybe.
I think. It's the eyes and the hair for me, I think. Just a little bit.
Probably the eyes.
The big blue eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marcy is just really paranoid now.
I don't blame her. This always happens. We always end up just watching the movie.
Yeah. There's nothing really to talk about. She's just looking at herself in the mirror, and then she hears a noise. She's wondering what it was.
I will say that's another cool thing about this film is that like they genuinely stop to build up certain scenes.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
They stop to build it up. Like I think there's one later on that we'll get to where like the main protagonist is cooking coffee, and that's all she's doing for like a good minute or two, just on the stove with coffee. But we'll get to that part. I'll talk about it because that's actually really really cool. That subtle scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like I like that this movie paces itself.
It does.
It's not like all the other ones that there's just kill after kill and there's no break.
Yeah, like it doesn't give you. This gives you a moment to breathe a little bit.
Yeah.
That impending doom.
You're breathing thickly, but you're breathing.
But now we get Marcy looking around, checking out who's there, if there is anyone there. But she can't find anyone.
That's so goddamn scary. That feeling that you think someone's there. Especially out in the woods like that. Oh, hell nah, dude.
Oh, I know.
Oh, thank you.
But she's like, okay, I guess no one's there. And she turns around and gets an axe to the face.
Which is fun.
One of my favorite kills. I'm not gonna lie. The axe has always been one of my favorite simple and brutal methods of kills in like any horror movie. It's just trusty. It works. It gets the job done.
Ah, they're not even drinking good beer. They're drinking Budweiser.
Did you ever hear the interview with Tom Savini about that specific scene with the axe?
Is it the fact that they wanted to use like a real axe to hit the lamp?
Yes, yeah, exactly. That one.
Yeah, so they wanted to use a real axe to hit the lamp so the audience can know like it's real. So when it hits the actress's face, they think like she's in actual danger or something.
God.
Yeah, like you feel the audience is left with the perception that this is a hefty weighted axe right before they plant it in, and like they replace it with like the fake axe. And I fell for it for so long. I like in that fantasy aspect, I saw it. I'm like, oh, I never even thought of looking at that axe and being like, oh, it's a fake axe.
It has to be fake.
Yeah,
it literally kept me in that whole time.
Okay, and then we get the scene. We're back in the main cabin with Alice, Brenda, and Bill. And this is another point that I want to say with Brenda being sapphic, like having a thing for Alice, is when the game is ruined. It was Alice's turn, and she was about to take her shirt off, and Brenda says that I guess we'll have to continue the game another time, but like she's disappointed because like just when the game was about to get good.
Also, she leaves without putting her clothes back on and just a raincoat. I'm like, what are you doing?
In the rain.
In the rain. In the pouring rain.
But then Alice and Bill start cleaning up, and then we get to the diner where Steve is.
And I said this to Kimberly. This just makes me want to go to Waffle House. I really want to go to Waffle House so badly.
Same.
I was more intrigued with the price that she says, that cheap little price. What is it? I think he gets does he even get food or does he just get a cup of coffee? I think he says like $2.25, and I'm like, damn, that's a hell of a deal.
Yeah,
I don't know if he got food.
Well, he did say something about lunch earlier, but now it's like nighttime, so who knows?
Yeah. But she tries to convince him to not like go out in the storm because it's like really bad. But he's like, I have to because there's campers. There's like kids at the camp that he has to go see. Like he has to go back there. But she's like, all right, just stay safe at least.
Damn.
Obviously.
They could have saved his life too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Obviously, he's not gonna stay safe.
Of course not.
No. With the way his Jeep gets stuck.
Yeah.
I think one of the unfortunate tragedies of all this is that he genuinely felt like hope for opening up this place again, and after pouring like a good couple thousand into it, and then this whole thing is just one big tragedy. Like the more I think about it, the more you stop to think about it, the more you're like, man, this is fucked up.
Well, I mean, I feel like his parents owned the camp at one point.
They did.
Yeah, because when Mrs. Voorhees comes back, she has her like introduction. She says that she's friends of the Chrissies.
Mm-hmm. Yep, she worked for them. Yes.
Yeah. So I would think that like with the way Steve dies, like he knows who it is, and he's wondering like why she's here. But it's not like a threatening type or like a scare type. He's just like, oh, like they're friends.
And that's a hell of an interesting way to play with the killer. That it's not like they pop up and you're like, oh shit, it's something scary or a stranger. It's like it's someone you know.
Yeah.
Statistically, it's always someone you know.
Damn, that's like Scream.
It is.
Now Brenda is brushing her teeth.
Brenda's
For
brushing
one
her
singular
teeth.
tooth.
One
tooth.
Oh, but we get the shower curtains like fucking moving around.
Oh, his
and I was like, nah, no. I'm not sticking around for that shit.
No thank you. Well, she doesn't even notice.
Oh, no, she doesn't.
She's busy brushing her teeth and brushing her hair.
Well, she does notice for like a bit.
But it's like one of those things where you're like, oh, did I see something out of the corner of my eye? Or did I not?
Brenda's an interesting character, honestly, is that where does she fit into the archetypes? Because she's just one of the hard workers there who just...
I feel like Brenda's like the best friend.
The best friend?
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see that. And they usually get... I don't even think they get like a 50-50 chance, right? They normally just get hacked up, right?
Yes.
RIP.
Yeah.
F's. Many F's.
But now we get the scene with Steve getting stuck and the officer. What's the officer's name?
I don't remember his name.
I call him Red Foreman.
Mr. Red Foreman to the rescue. He's picking up Steve.
Steve. I just like the name Steve. It's very simple. I like it.
But it's just the fact that like when they're on their way. Oh no, where are we? We are with Brenda again, right? And she's starting to get ready for bed.
Yeah.
With their like 18th century PJs.
Yeah.
Her nightgown?
God, I would not be comfy with this windows.
I have rarely ever, I think, seen like a nightgown IRL, even at a store, to be honest. So when I see that, to me, immediately I think of like 1800s or like early 1900s or like Scrooge or something.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
I used to wear nightgowns when I was a kid.
I feel like a lot of us wore nightgowns when we were kids.
I have a nightgown currently in this day and age.
Amazing.
The most I have that's close to a nightgown is big shirt.
It's because, it's one thing you put on and what? Like underwear, maybe?
Yeah.
You have to wear on pants.
I don't think I'd be able to wear a nightgown now because, like, I can hardly sleep with sheets because I hate the feeling of my legs being confined while I'm asleep. It makes me very uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, and we get Brenda hearing a little kid outside
yelling for help.
That shit was scary.
Yeah, both me and Lexi were like, you know what? Let the kid die out there.
Yeah, just leave the kid.
Wow. I can only imagine your choice when you play like, what's that game? The horror game where you got to make choices. There's you're out in the snow.
I'm sorry, there's a lot of fucking games.
Until Dawn.
Until Dawn.
I can only imagine your choices in like Until Dawn if you're like choosing like, nah, just let this kid perish.
I've done a whole like I will kill them route, so
oh my god.
Kill Emily. Always.
Yeah. I
could never do that. I am way too chicken to like hurt someone like that. Even in like a game, dude. I can't.
It's like you're playing an RPG like Skyrim, you can't make yourself choose a mean option in the dialogue.
I get so
that's definitely me.
If for like consequences in any game like that, I'm like sweating.
No one lived.
Like The Walking Dead, and in the corner you see
Clementine will remember this.
Yeah, Clementine will remember this.
We don't like to talk about the first season of The Walking Dead. It makes me sad.
Oh well. But then we get Brenda actually fucking going out in the rain in her goddamn nightgown, searching for this kid that she fucking heard. But she gets stopped at the archery range when all the lights start coming up. But we don't really see her die. We just hear her scream.
It leaves you with a sense of wonder of what happened to her until they actually show her body.
Yeah.
Yep.
I will say I have to congratulate all these actors, man. Like being told to run out in the. This is like East Coast rain too. I have a friend from the East Coast that told me that they get like ice rain or like slushy ass rain.
Sleet.
Oh my god! So when I see them out in the rain, I feel cold as shit just watching them.
They were cold.
It's
when
not
filming
always
this
like
too.
that. It's not always like that. It depends on the time of year.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, if it's like summer, then no.
Summer rain is really warm.
It's humid.
It's cool, but it's not cold.
Yeah.
If it's like fall or like the beginning of winter, then yeah, it'll probably be sleet because then it's really cold.
It makes me wonder what month. I know this film took over the course of 7 weeks, but it makes me wonder what month specifically they filmed it in.
Well, if it's after camping season, usually after camping season's like the second half of August or like the beginning of September.
Did they actually film in an actual camping ground? Or?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, they did.
That's cool.
It
I like when
was
they
a
do
Boy
that.
Scout camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
It was off season.
No Be Basco was the name of it, I think. No Be Basco or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like off season September, yeah, probably September. And that would also work because September you can still go swimming if it's warm enough.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That way you're
You
that
don't want to
way
risk
your actors-
hypothermia.
Nope.
Yeah, I was gonna say that way your
I think
actors don't
somebody
risk
had
getting.
hypothermia, but I can't remember in what. I know it's a Friday the 13th film. Somebody was close to catching hypothermia.
Ugh. Oh, but now we get Alice and Bill. And Alice tells Bill about the lights in the archery range being on. And when they go check out the window, they're not on anymore.
Didn't she say she also heard Brenda scream?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so.
But Bill like dismisses it. But he's still like, I'm gonna go check it out. And Alice asks if she can go with him, which is very smart, honestly.
Yeah, don't split up. That's how you die.
But yeah, the both of them are just going out trying to find everyone, and they cannot find anyone until who's it that they find? I think they find
I think they find.
I know it's not Brenda that they.
I think is it Steve? It's not Steve, is it?
Oh, no,
They
no,
find the
it's,
bloody axe.
Yeah, they find Axe in Brenda's bed, which is like really fucking weird.
Very.
But now they're running out in the rain, and they're again searching for everyone. They're going to like one of the other cabins. They're looking for Marcy and Jack right now, I think.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, but they can't find them.
Nope. Huh, bathroom is so dark. You just have that one little light. I hate that.
It's gross, but that's where they have their flashlights and like lanterns.
I hate it. The Fairy Stone has much more lighting than this.
Well, you got to keep it scary.
Spook. Anthem.
Oh no, they're going to the office.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see who they find first. I can't remember.
I mean, I don't know if they find anyone.
They do find someone. I can't remember who it was.
You gotta talk about those cool like outside shots.
Oh yeah.
How the camera follows them from the outside.
This rain also doesn't make me feel cold. It makes me feel like sweaty for some reason.
Like
I
humid.
think it's because we've been having warm
Yeah.
rain.
Yeah, it hasn't even rained though. It sprinkled a little bit earlier, but like they've been calling for rain all week and it hasn't happened. It did thunder a little bit earlier, but that's about it.
Oh yeah, this is where they search for the phone lines, but it's cut.
Yep.
Yeah, because they went to the main office.
Which is fun.
And they try. I think it's Ned's car, or Bill's car, but it's not working either.
It is definitely
and-
Ned's car.
Oh
Is it?
yeah, Ned's car, but it's not working either. They can't figure out like what's wrong with it, so they're just like, okay.
I think it might have been Bill's actually. Now I'm thinking about it because Ned took his like Jeep out. I think.
I think
Either way, this car does not work, and they have no way of getting out.
yeah, I can't remember who. I think it was probably. I'm trying to remember who all the three peeps that were in the car at the beginning. I know it was.
Oh
Darcy
yeah.
and Jack.
Okay. So now we're getting the police officer and Steve, and the officer gets a call on the radio saying that he has to like go to a situation, so he drops off Steve like midway,
which is fun.
It's always fun.
I just had a firework go off where I'm at.
Oh my god.
The shit was loud.
I do like that there's just silence. I still feel like he could have. I still feel like the police officer could have like driven him all the way. Maybe.
Oh, it's like you said earlier. Don't say no to the chief.
True.
As soon as duty calls, he's on his way.
Oh yeah. But now we get Steve getting to the camp, and he's in front of the sign.
Steve.
Yeah, he's wondering who it is, and then when he finally realizes, like, oh hey, what are you doing here? And he fucking gets, I think he gets stabbed.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. He gets stabbed in the stomach.
Yeah. Painful.
Yeah. It's fucking sad.
Very.
Dude just wanted to open up the camp again.
My man's just wanted to have some fun.
I think that's one of the things I think about when it comes to this movie again. Like, the more I think about it, the more it just seems like a really shitty tragedy.
Yeah.
Considering the circumstances of it all, like I'll get to that later with the characters, and that means we have 2 little piggies left, right?
Yep.
2 little piggies
left.
Damn.
Bill and Alice.
Woo.
I think the generator is out, right?
Yeah. I believe it needs fuel.
So Bill says that he's gonna go check it out, and then I think Alice just falls asleep on the couch.
Yeah, after everything she's been through, I mean,
she falls asleep on the couch.
I don't blame her.
I would pass out too.
Same. He does leave her a lamp though,
which is nice.
So Bill is heading out to fix the generator or see what's up with the generator since it's not working anymore. And Alice does wake up after a bit, and she heads off to the kitchen to make some coffee.
This is a scene I was telling about where I like this scene a lot because it's literally just a long scene of her brewing some coffee, but it kind of makes you feel like, oh shit, like this impending sense of doom where this is it. She is alone.
Yeah.
Literally like the last one of the last one, Well,
she doesn't know that she's the last one, but yeah, we know that she's the last one though.
Exactly. We know she's the last one.
And we're just like, shit, what's gonna happen? Like, what's gonna pop out? Because the whole entire time, it's silent, and she's able to make the coffee.
That scene still gets me to this day. I'm watching that fucking scene, and I'm there waiting, like, biting my nails, like, something's gonna happen, and I know nothing's gonna happen. But I love that scene so much. It's so simple and effective. It's like Lexi said earlier, it really takes its time.
Oh, yeah. It also made me really want coffee.
Yeah. We can't make coffee, though.
Ugh, yeah. Kitchen sink is clogged.
But we get Alice now exploring the camp, wondering where Bill is. And she fucking finds him hanging on the door with, like, fucking arrows.
Ooh.
Which is sad. Also, I didn't realize that an arrow was, like, to his groin.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
I didn't see that at first either.
Back it up a little bit.
I know, I will. But yeah, there's like an arrow right there.
That's fucked up, bro.
See, that scene where there's blood on his face, it seeped through the prosthetic, and that's when he had to go to the hospital. He said his eye felt like it was melting.
The arrows right there.
Oh, not the family jewels, dude.
So it makes you wonder, what was the first stab?
What was the first stab?
The throat, because his throat was slashed.
Oh, you know what? You're right. But now Alice is freaking out, and she's starting to run to, I think, the nearest cabin she can. She starts to barricade the door. And I was like, that's super fucking smart of her to do. Even if she's in a panic, she's still trying to, like, survive.
One thing I do wish that they would have had her do was, after seeing the body, was, and this is like a nitpicky thing, but I do kind of wish that they would do this more often in movies in general, is if they see a dead body like this, I wish they would kind of have the characters throw up.
Oh, in some movies, some characters do.
Yeah, some movies.
Yeah, in some movies, not all of them. But, like, not everybody throws up.
You know what? Fair. I would have, but I mean.
When it comes to this movie, gotta notice that they were all more in shock than like anything. They're like, holy shit.
Oh
like,
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like that they're in like disbelief that this can't really be happening and whatnot.
Screaming, crying, throwing up.
Yeah. That's what you want from a character.
Of course.
But that's not gonna happen.
Ugh, I know.
The closest thing you get is like the beginning of the movie where like the girl is like up in the attic and running like a wild animal back and forth while she's being cornered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now we get Alice still barricading the door, but also we get her relaxing next to like the fridge that's in there.
She's resourcefully panicking.
Yes. But I like that little thing where we do get that like small time of comfort because you think like, oh, nothing's gonna happen. And then you get fucking Brenda going through the window.
Which is fun.
Which is always fun.
Oh, there's a typewriter. There's a safe space right there.
It's a typewriter?
It's a typewriter.
Nice.
Oh my god.
You got a safe space, guys.
See, nothing can harm her here. It's a safe space.
She does. She's gonna reload into that space again.
Yeah. That's stupid.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I like that she just looks around and she lets her guard down and like leans against the fridge.
Yeah.
Then Alice comes through the window.
Or Brenda.
Oh yeah, Brenda. Brenda comes through the window. And the way that Alice like reacts, where she's just like sliding down, I think
It's
like
just
I like
lost
how
words.
I like how she reacts because like it's slow and you don't really know what to do in that moment because it's like you just saw one of your friends like get killed.
Someone who
another
seemingly
one
had the hots for you.
Yeah.
She's losing her marbles very silently.
Yeah.
Don't we all?
Yeah, but not that extent.
You're right. I also, I think this is like a continuity error, but I also noticed that the fucking coffee mugs were no longer on the stove behind
There's a
her.
bunch of continuity errors in this movie.
I
there
like
is.
it though. I like it. It implies that Mrs. Voorhees wanted to sip.
Well, maybe. She
Maybe.
just arrived to camp. Again.
Again. I stopped by the gas station, get a fucking honey bun.
Where Alice thinks it's Steve and she starts running towards the car. But even then she still feels relieved because she sees Mrs. Voorhees. And
Who's gonna be intimidated by a lady in a sweater and a turtleneck?
Exactly. Like she doesn't seem intimidating at all. Like it's really believable that she feels safe now. Like she's crying in her arms and she's telling Mrs. Voorhees about the fucking bodies that she found. And she's telling her like don't go in there, like don't, like we should just leave right now. And Mrs. Voorhees is like reassuring her that like nothing's gonna happen, it's gonna be okay. That she's like not afraid when she goes to check on the bodies when she finds Brenda.
Right off the bat, Mrs. Voorhees is weird.
She is weird, but you can't
Yeah.
tell me you feel a little bit safe knowing she's there though
She
at
is.
first.
She looks like she would bring you a plate of cookies.
Exactly.
This is true. This is true. The way she speaks, the what she says is a little off-putting. Like you know what I'm saying?
Like there's
Like-
no shock.
Yeah.
Like they wrote her very well there, like a very psycho-esque kind of character. Very,
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah, I do like when she starts talking about Jason, the way she just like smiles and then like doesn't smile right after. How she tries to like hide it. That's where I think like, yeah, maybe there's something wrong.
Oh yeah.
There is definitely something wrong with her.
Can you imagine if this was the only Friday the 13th movie that ever came out?
I mean, no one thought that this would spawn sequels.
Yeah.
I'm glad
I
it
remember
did.
Sean didn't even want like Jason to come back as a character, to be honest.
Yeah.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, that's lame. Like why would I do that? And
Like the killer the killer is dead. How are you gonna like keep this going? But I mean it wasn't his fault. It was just Paramount wanting a second movie with how this one did.
they
It's
had
always
no idea.
it's always like the fucking
The company.
company that wants a sequel because of how much money it got.
They had no idea it was gonna be such a box office hit, dude.
Oh hell no, they didn't. Also, I like the way that Mrs. Voorhees starts speaking it basically like talking like Jason.
It kind of reminds me of Danny in The Shining.
Yeah.
With his finger. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is also like another thing from Psycho that they took, but it's reversed. So instead of like
the son being to the mom.
Yeah, which is like understandable. You would do anything for your child, but like, would you really murder for your child? I guess.
The interesting thing about it that I noticed is that like through one lens, her intentions seem like from the heart, but the means to the end is horrible. Obviously,
Yeah.
Like it was her that poisoned the water. It was her that caused the fires that the trucker was saying earlier.
Yeah, she was the one that caused everything camp, so it wouldn't be running or anything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so we get Alice like actually being able to knock down Mrs. Voorhees, and she runs up to her car, but she sees Annie in there. So pretty much Mrs. Voorhees had Annie in her car like all fucking day.
Yes.
Gross.
Pretty gross. Holy shit.
It's really gross when you think about it.
But that shit stank.
Like rotten ass and feet.
It's also during summer, so probably like that smell would have been really bad in the sun.
That just reminds me of the behind the scenes for like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Can't wait till you get to that episode sometime in the future.
Oh hell yeah.
It's gonna be great.
We got lots of fun facts for that one. Ooh. But now we get Alice like running around trying to hide from Mrs. Voorhees. And she tries to what is she trying to open when she gets
she was opening a locked drawer.
Oh,
and she's looking for bullets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But she can't open it though. Even though
it's a padlock.
Yeah. Even though she tries like hitting it with the gun, but she can't do it.
I mean, it kind of makes you wonder, like, would she even know how to load the weapon in the first place if she had the shots?
That's true. We don't know that, though.
Did we give an explanation as to why Mrs. Voorhees is doing all this? I don't think we did. So basically, Jason drowned while two camp counselors were fucking, and she's trying to get revenge on the camp counselors. Yeah. Even though these guys weren't responsible for it.
No.
Yes.
She doesn't like the camp.
Yeah. Because they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I have some interesting facts about this part coming up, actually, where they duke it out.
Is it the slap?
Dude, she slaps the shit out of.
She does.
Oh my god.
I was not, and it's Stu. She sounds like such a fucking G, like when she talks about it in the interview.
Dude, oh my god, yeah. I fucking love it. Do you want to tell it? You can tell it.
No, go for it.
You can tell it. It's good.
I can't. It's because I can't necessarily remember how it went, to be honest. But she sounds like such a fucking gangster when she like talks about it, bro. Holy shit! Like I think
she was like, because she was like, oh, when we did that scene, it called for like slaps. So she actually hit Adrienne King, the actress who played Alice, and she actually slapped her, and the actress was like crying to Sean, being like, she hit me. And
she's like, what'd I do?
Yeah, she's like, what did I do? And Sean was like, we don't actually slap slap our co-stars in movies.
Dude.
Like, and she's like, well, what do you do then? And she's like, we will add the sound when we're editing, when we're done.
Oh man.
And she's like, well, I don't know how they hear, but like when on stage, when they call for a slap, you actually have to slap your co-stars.
Oh my god.
She was Broadway.
Yeah, she was a Broadway actress.
I can't imagine like being in that scene and they're like, okay, we're gonna act, and wham, like you just get your shit slapped out of you.
Yeah.
They don't even actually slap people anymore on stage. They actually like and I learned this in theater class. They actually like there's a way you can clap your hands. Oh, yeah. And you can pull it off if you make it look natural to actually make it sound like you're slapping somebody across the face. I actually scared one of my classmates doing that shit because she thought I actually slapped my friend across the face because she wasn't paying attention to what I was doing.
Jesus.
That reminds me of they do like in WWE then. Right before like they give them a smack, like they stomp their feet to make it sound.
Yeah, that's another one of the tricks is stomping your feet on stage.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
I remember they taught us that in high school.
It makes it super dramatic.
Yeah, no, we get Alice running out because she was able to knock down this is where he's again. And she runs out to the dock, right? Where the boats are?
I think so. She's hiding back behind this wood right here. I think these are like little pontoons.
Okay.
Because you take these and you drag them out into the water, and that's the little platform you swim out to.
I do like. My bad.
You're good. Go ahead. I was done.
I do like the fact that this old lady is like giving her this youngster like a really good whooping. Like this.
Oh yeah.
It feels like a video game boss that you gotta consistently like fight over and over. I'm like, damn, she's really putting the hurt on you for reals.
They have a really good like fight scenes.
Mrs. Voorhees plays Mr. X.
Oh my god.
Make
that a mod.
That's exactly what it felt like watching them. I'm like, damn, are you really just woo?
Shit, bro. Alice is very smart. I like that she turns out the lights and stuff when she goes into a different building.
Those are subtle, cool little details. Yeah.
She still feels like super bad about Brenda.
I know. Poor Brenda. Justice for Brenda.
Justice for everyone in this movie.
Shit, you right. I do like her turquoise jewelry that she's wearing. It reminds me of my Aunt Spring. I miss my Aunt Spring.
Oh yeah, she like puts herself in the food cabinet, doesn't she?
There you go, Adam.
Yep.
She hides herself in there.
Dude. I mean, you can technically use like, I like how she's struggling for stuff, but like, I think she ends up grabbing like a pan. But I was thinking like, what if you grab like a big ass like hard can of beans and just go at your enemy like at full speed?
Just fucking chuck it.
Yeah, I mean that shit hurts, dude.
I mean, I would believe it hurts. Like that has some weight to it.
Like,
Iron skillet would hurt a lot too, though.
Oh,
That's
absolutely.
True. Those fuckers have some weight.
Like I'm trying to imagine, like getting beat to death by a can of Spam.
Oh my god.
A can big enough for that for Spam?
Maybe.
A hard maybe.
It's a hard maybe. We see Alice like quietly waiting to see if Mr. Voorhees is gonna leave or not.
The doorknob's right above her head. It starts jiggling, which is fucking scary as shit.
Insert another cliche in the horror film right there.
Yep. Oh, fuck. What did she toss at her again? Like, Mrs. Voorhees is fucking able to goddamn break that door.
Yeah.
At this point, I think she has a machete.
Yeah.
Dude.
I like the fact that even though Mrs. Voorhees sometimes overpowers Alice, Alice is still always at the end able to knock her down.
It's just some quick thinking that by luck gets her like, I think this one like she kicks her in the fucking crotch, right, or something like that.
No, I think
she did that earlier.
Yeah.
Got it. I will say in this scene, it's kind of crazy how they actually had to prepare and train because they were using genuine, real like machetes and like weapons.
Yeah,
that's so scary sounding.
Like if she slapped the shit out of this actor, I can only imagine her accidentally cleaving her.
Oh god!
But yeah, now we get Alice by the boats. She's just looking out.
She's getting ready to go float in a second.
Oh my god!
I did not mean to make that sound like an it joke. I swear.
But she sees Mrs. Voorhees' reflection or like shadow, and she's able to dodge the. Oh no, she doesn't dodge it, but like the ore that she has,
yeah.
Fucking able to slice that shit in half. It almost gets her goddamn skull,
which is fun.
Oh my god! See, like I really do like the fights between them because it's like they both have weight to them.
The versatile old lady.
Yeah.
Well, she's not that old. She's got to be like early 60s.
Probably.
I think it definitely showcases the degree of how would you say it? The degree of animosity that each of them have. Like this old lady is probably desensitized to killing this much that she will not hesitate, and then you have the opposite force that wouldn't harm a fly.
Yeah.
And being pushed to it.
Bitch.
We do have that, and now we get Alice picking up the fucking machete in slow-mo.
Off with her
And
head.
Fucking decapitates Mrs. Voorhees.
yeah,
Infamous scene.
I love that because you can see everything.
Yeah, bones and all.
They even slow it down for you. Like, look, if you missed it, look, there
There
it
you
goes.
go.
It's right there. You can see it.
And now I'm totally thinking about what you said about Tom Savini, how every effect has to leave a gross impression. And it was 1979, I can only imagine this amount of gore and how carefully detailed constructed he did so that it would shock audiences during that time, like pre-80s.
Yeah, and also this is around the time where he wasn't like completely famous with his work. He was still making a name for himself.
That's very cool.
Ooh, and now we get Alice in the canoe out on the lake.
She's snoozing in the canoe.
She's resting.
It's now daytime.
Mm-hmm.
At least it's not midday, so you know she won't have fucking sunburn.
It's true. It's also really nice. Like the music at this point is like super nice.
It makes you feel very hopeful.
It really does. It's
Like,
so
yeah,
good.
She survived.
Oh yeah, not for long.
Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, and then the cops come, and they're calling out to her. I really like this. I genuinely like the ending scene.
It was all a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like ending your high school fan fiction.
Yeah. Or
Alright,
you were
dude,
dead all along.
Oh my god.
I swear,
about
I
what
remember when I used that like in elementary, I thought I was like a prize writer. I swear, I was like, this shit is.
Oh yeah, but look at now we get Alice finally noticing the cop, and she's like, oh, "I'm saved."
Until
And you get this like sense of security for another moment until there he goes. Jason pops out of the water.
He looks more burnt than drowned to me.
No, he's drowned. He's just covered in mud and like.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that the mud to me looks like charred skin.
Oh,
Actually,
That's why.
Yeah, same here. For many years, I also thought like, why is it crispy?
why is it crispy?
Not even he. Why is it crispy?
Why is it?
I swear, I also thought it was like burnt, and it confused me for a long time. But I never thought like, oh, it's probably just like swamp gunk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what Savini wanted it to look like. But then yeah, we get Alice waking up in the hospital and finding out that it was all a dream because she was asking about the boy, and they were like they didn't find any boy in the lake, that they just found her,
And everybody else was dead.
Yeah.
The fact that she's so convinced just kind of, it adds to the tragic story that I think later on, like a headcanon, that she's like so traumatized that she believes that her dream is real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so sad though.
Very, 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 yeah.
With how traumatized she is, like you can just tell even from right here, even if like her face doesn't really show you can still tell with how she's feeling.
Yeah. Like it's something very interesting about the film. After like, I've watched it several times, but I try to watch it from a different lens here and there. And it isn't until recently that I tried watching it from the lens of like separating myself like from a horror movie aspect and trying to think of this as like an actual incident, and like
Yeah, like an actual event.
yeah, and it all piled up like, damn, this is one sad tragic like, you know, like incident, like what it's so sad seeing like all the kids genuinely being themselves in various scenes and then one by one knocked off, and like the whole Pamela Voorhees situation, and like what made her just snap, and seeing this character like at the very end, and the dream of the camp being a possibility again, a place of fun and wonder for kids, now like a desolate legend for the town.
Yeah, that's like another thing with this, where when you do think about it not as a horror movie, but as something that can actually happen, it really does look like something can actually happen.
Yeah.
like a real event because of how everyone dies, how resourceful the killer is with cutting off all the ties to like the outside world where they can't contact anyone. Like that's scary as hell.
That and seeing how the locals view that place, like they're scared.
Yeah.
They're scared to hell and back for that place.
But also, yeah, we get a shot of the lake and the scenery of the camp, and that's the movie. We get the end credits.
Yee. And so we got some fun facts now, right?
We got some. I have some.
Can I share my fun one first?
Yes, you can.
This is nothing to do with the movie whatsoever. It's just the fact of what it's called. So when my mom was a teenager, there is a place, she doesn't remember if it was like out around here in Virginia somewhere or if it was in North Carolina. But when she was a teenager, her and her friends used to go swimming and like other times with her boyfriend skinny dipping in an actual crystal lake somewhere out here. So that's fun.
Ooh.
I was like, damn, Mom, you really risking it for the biscuit, huh?
Yep.
Is that place still around, actually?
She doesn't know if it's actually officially called Crystal Lake. It's just, that's what it had always been called, even before she ever went there for the first time. But I tried looking it up earlier, and we couldn't find it.
I don't know, but she also said it was private property. So.
Yeah, it was private property.
Oh my
Maybe it's better not found.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, so I have some fun facts. I think I only have like 3 of them.
Shoot 'em. What up?
Yeah. Okay, so when they were shooting the movie, Sean hadn't come up with an ending. So Tom Savini just suggested a one last scare to get the audience to jump in their seats. So he had recently saw Carrie. Savini had recently saw Carrie and suggested that they do that with the one last scare in the movie. So that's how they came up with Jason coming out of the water.
That makes a whole lot of sense, honestly.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I actually didn't know that it came as a result of not having like an ending.
Yeah, they hadn't written one, and I mean, a lot of the crew takes credit for that. Like either it's the producer, the writer, or Tom Savini himself taking credit for that idea. I'm just saying it's Tom because that's what I found in like the documentary.
Yeah.
I need to watch that documentary.
It's 6 hours long.
I need to watch that documentary. You think 6 hours is a thing for me? Like, I've played video games for 14 at a time.
You know what? You're right. Okay, so the late actress Betsy Palmer, who played Jason's mother, wasn't too fond of the movie at first. She pretty much she only agreed to the role just so she can get money to fix her car.
Aw, bless her.
She actually called it a piece of shit. I remember when she read the
script. My
god. But she did say that as like time went on and she went to conventions and started like meeting the fans and asking like why they love the movie so much or why they like the character so much, she finally understood and like changed her outlook on the movie. So pretty much she like loved it after that.
That's cool. I like that.
I think
it's sad that she like it's okay. I think it's sad that she like died at the age of 88.
Damn, she lived a long life though.
Oh yeah, she did.
Yeah. One of the things I was gonna say was she mentions that she tried playing the character in a very specific way so that she doesn't come off like a totally demented, like evil woman.
Oh yeah.
She mentions that she tried playing a mother who snapped out of the circumstances of heartbreak.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
It clearly shows.
I thought that was hella cool.
I love that. It really does show though in her performance in the movie. You can just tell that she was successful in bringing that to life.
There's so many cool things about this film that that give it how can I say, okay, like although this film has, yes, Sean has stated about it being, you know, blatant ripoffs and like other horror films have done it before, but very specific ingredients in this movie helped it push it to that next level. You know, like Betsy Palmer's um Betsy Palmer's very specific way of how she wanted Pamela Voorhees to be. You know, to obviously Tom Savini's amazing work with the makeup effects and all that. And even, I mean, I definitely still want to give Sean some credit in because of, well, I remember seeing when they first did brainstorming at his at a house, and that'll get into like the into the themes and reception. But speaking about the reception, I'm sure y'all heard that there was a lot of polarizing reception about that film when it came out.
Oh yeah. It wasn't like greeted well, but also it was pretty successful with most audiences.
Oh, absolutely. I remember teachers, a lot of teachers, parents, and like political figures they were absolutely hating this film, like calling it a waste of time and it's gore. And I mean, I think even like you said, even Betsy Palmer fucking hated it because she said she had people coming up to her like, I'm so disappointed in you for making this film, you know, before she finally jumped on the boat later on.
So it basically became a cult classic as the years went on.
Yeah,
essentially.
Yeah, essentially. Because it's like you can still call this, I guess, like a Halloween ripoff, but also there was like multiple movies that came after Friday the 13th who were pretty much like ripping off that formula too.
It became
it became
the blueprint.
Yeah, it became the blueprint for most horror movies now, and like Sleepaway Camp is one of them.
Oh yeah.
There's a cool thing I remember that Victor Miller talks about, interestingly enough, with a lot of the in terms of sexuality and punishment and sin in this film. So I was interested to know that Victor Miller said that he grew up in a very puritanical home, and so he mentions that he is unsure if his upbringing subconsciously influenced his writing. So he says, I'm not too sure if that happened, but because he says the way that I was going about it was I literally just sat down with a shit ton of other old horror movies, and notably Halloween, and just studied them, took notes, and be like, okay, so these are all the things that these movies have in common, and this is what we're gonna plug into here, you know, and try to execute it as best as we can. So I thought that was very interesting about the criticism when it came to sexuality and punishment, which is very valid, you know, given if you view the film from a very feminist point of view, it's very valid. And so that's what he had to say about that. Sean came off the other end where he says he never bought into that, specifically because when he was brainstorming the film, he talks about, for him, what he thought of was the very interesting theme that I mentioned earlier about teenagers and untimely death. That is an extremely distressing theme. You know, like things randomly occurring where like a kid he talks about being a teenager and getting into a car crash or something like that, and you're fearful of things. And he also brought in like that quote, bad stuff happens, we know it, let's take a look at it and it'll be less scary. He thought of the things that would make you scared as a kid, so like something under your bed or you being alone and there's something out there, right? And relates it, interestingly enough, to fairy tales. You know, like as a kid being told fairy tales, and the more you every time you pull it out of the shelf and you read it, you're scared, but it's you're getting a little bit every time you pull it out, and you're not so scared anymore, you know. And those are just some of the two themes that were interesting to hear from them too.
It's really cool, dude.
Yeah.
It's very cool. I have like one more thing to talk about that I found out, and it was when I was watching the documentary. Was it was after the film was released, the actress Adrienne King, who played Alice, she was actually stalked by someone.
Oh,
And
yes,
she
I
kept
remember.
getting calls, and her apartment was broken into. She had no idea who the person was for over a year.
Oh my god.
Until he was able to befriend her, and she unknowingly gave him information of herself
No.
and the fact that she had a stalker.
Oh my god.
Like, she couldn't believe that she had the conversation with him. And at one point, she had a literal gun to her head, and she was able to like talk him out of it and get away. And honestly, the fact that she was able to get away safely, props. Like, goddamn,
dude,
that just sent chills up my spine.
But it's also,
oh my god,
like, despite all of that happening to her, she's like very happy and very loving of the franchise, and she loves meeting like all the fans at conventions and hearing their love for the movie and like for her character. Like, it helped her. It helped her like cope and get over what had happened to her because of like all the passionate fans who were there going out to see her because they love her in this movie.
I'm glad that she didn't let that keep her from loving the franchise.
Yeah, no, she didn't. I was like, damn.
That's crazy to me.
There's a similar theme throughout the Friday movies about tragic events occurring and the actors coming back still for like either more or still loving the franchise after. I've noticed.
Yeah.
Like, with the whole Kane Hodder, I believe his name is Kane Hodder.
Yeah.
I might be mispronouncing his last name, but yeah, his story. Did you ever see his story, by the way?
Was it was he the one with the fire incident?
Yeah.
I don't think I heard the story.
It's a whole super cool documentary on Shudder about his pyrotechnic accident and the terrible events that occurred afterwards, and his return to be Jason and his love for it. It kind of just reminded me of that to a degree.
Yeah. Like, there's always going to be like a lot of dedicated fans.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The budget was $550,000.
Damn.
Ooh.
That is not a lot for a movie.
We gotta consider it is in
the
the 80s.
Yeah, it wasn't. But even then, it's
a low budget.
It's a low budget.
Was it a low budget for that time frame? I'm curious.
Yeah.
Damn.
Let me do inflation check.
I guess what also helps is the fact that like they were able to get actors who were just starting and no big names. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that usually tends to help because that draws in audiences because they're like, we don't know who this is, but we want to check it out.
Loki, what was the budget?
$550,000.
Okay.
Which is actually a little bit higher than like Halloween's budget, and that shit was like $300,000.
It's amazing.
Let me look it up.
I mean, despite all that, this movie did really fucking good.
That's only $2.2 million.
Amazing.
To today's standards. That's not a big budget. That sounds like a lot, but for a movie, absolutely not.
2 more fun facts I forgot about that.
What up?
So originally, what was this movie going to be called? Do you remember?
Wasn't it Camp Blood?
Camp Blood.
The Long Night at Camp Blood.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm so glad they changed it because that, although I
did change it, but they did reference it in the movie at least.
Oh yeah, a couple times.
Yeah.
To Camp Blood, ain't ya? What was? Oh dang! I totally forgot this. The second. So I remember that famous catchphrase that was the famous Sonic catchphrase that was like born from this movie. I always thought it was cha 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 ha ha ha, right? Because that's what it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
And turns out it's kick 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 ma ma ma, right? So it's literally the first two letters of kill. Kick 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 ma ma ma. Very cool to know that he recorded it into an Echoplex, which is like an old. Like now I have like a guitar pedal that can like do that like easy peasy with a quick stomp. But back then it was this big old machine that was like that would create this like tape echo. It was super cool. That was like the total like composer like nerd stuff that I found out about it.
I'd love it.
Oh, Well, that's all I got for it, though. At least on my end, it's just actually, I'd actually like to ask you guys, what do you is Jason your if not your favorite? What do you like about him?
Ooh.
Because he's not here.
Okay,
Wow,
but
you're-
here's the thing: we can't do that.
You're right. Damn
He's
it.
not here.
He's not here.
Okay. I'll hold off on that.
Yeah, you gotta hold off until we do part 2.
Okay, I can hold it in for a while.
Yeah, because this was just his mother.
It was Mommy Dearest.
Yes.
Oh man.
Okay.
Right.
Do you have any fun facts that you want to share, Loki?
Let me see. It is, yeah, like I had mentioned earlier, the Kodak that they used, the Kodak chemical that they used, literally, Billy, the actor for Billy, he said his arm felt like it was melting. So he went to the hospital blind for about 6 months in that eye.
Oh, jeez.
6 months?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, man.
Bruh. God damn. Was there any like legal thing that ensued after that, or was he just like, I'm just
No.
glad to be alive?
No, I don't think so. This was also the 80s, 70s, so.
Okay.
It was also
He
probably
was
just
dead.
like it was probably just an accident. Honestly,
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it went under the prosthetic.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the thing is, like, he could have still sued.
yeah, but I mean, he chose not to, so I'm assuming he doesn't have any hard feelings towards the crew or whoever put the prosthetic on him.
Yeah.
And then the Camp No Bibosco in New Jersey, it's still in operation, and it actually has a wall dedicated to memorabilia for this movie.
Oh, shit. I love that.
Is it still open?
Yes,
Yes.
it's in New Jersey.
That's a far trip, but
Joycey.
I'm just glad that we have like at least we have like the Halloween house here in California.
I miss it.
At least there's that we can visit. Oh, that's right. You're not here anymore. Sad.
Shut up.
Sad.
When we go over there for Halloween at some point, you guys are gonna have to drag me through that. I'm a big old.
No, it's just
Oh,
the house, dude.
Oh, it's just a
It's
house.
not-
Yeah,
It's
it's
not
just the
the same
house.
place.
You don't go inside it.
Oh.
It's actually like a business.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you don't go inside it, but you can take pictures in front of it. And then on Halloween, they have someone dressed as Michael, right there taking pictures with everyone.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then behind the house, there's the Sugarmint Gallery, where it's all like always horror themed, and they have like a horror themed exhibit every other month or like every. I forgot what they recently did. I don't know what they recently did, but I remember the last thing I saw that they did for their art gallery was like Dexter.
Oh, that's fun. But there was plastic everywhere.
Oh yeah, there was one of the owners said that she had like a lot of fun doing the blood splatter.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I like it when people have fun with that kind of stuff.
I don't know if this is true or not, or if you might have seen this, dude, but I had heard that allegedly some of the special effects were baked in like the pizza oven at the camp. Is this true?
What?
Oh, I have no idea.
I heard about that as like a myth, but I don't know if that's true or not.
I have no idea.
That's funky if it is.
I mean, given like the very like like the risky nature that they were doing with like all this movie and like taking chances and whatnot, I don't doubt it. But I was wondering like if any of y'all could like were like did you know that was true or not?
Yes, they were.
Oh, they were? That's cool.
You should look at it right now.
That's so sick.
amazing.
Oh,
love
there's another cool thing. So Jason Voorhees was supposed to be Sean Cunningham's son.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but
Yeah.
his wife was like, "I'm not letting my son be out there in cold ass water."
I'm like, damn, he
Valid.
missed a shot at like horror movie glory to be like immortalized with horror movie glory.
You can tell he's salty about it though.
I'm sure he is. God.
And,
Yeah, he is.
Oh my god.
There's another fact. So when they were still filming, Cunningham was still looking for an actress for Mrs. Voorhees. So that's why you see sometimes it's Mad Hatters, because they hadn't even casted Betsy Palmer yet.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Oh, we have a cat now.
Oh, he is
Again.
actually he's actually purring this time.
Oh, are we gonna get him on the mic? We're gonna get him on the mic.
There you go, baby.
There we go. We got the cat.
Yeah. Oh God, dude, he bonked against the fucking fan.
Jesus.
But yeah, we got a cat this time.
Hell yeah.
The baby. Anyway,
Got distracted by a cat 2 times this time.
you know what? Worth it because he's adorable.
Very.
Huh. So, yeah.
Can only imagine you guys like finishing this and then having to go knock out in a place that looks just like the forest.
Well, okay, here's the thing. I did watch Scream. So, like, that didn't help me that night. When I was looking out the window and I was like, fuck no.
Yeah, we don't have any blinds or anything in these windows in the living room at the moment.
Yeah,
Oh my
so
God,
I'm out in the
fucking
open.
die.
Yeah.
Damn, dude,
Great.
I just can't imagine sleeping. I mean, I assume it sounds cool. But
It sounds cool, but like when you watch movies like this, it's not great. When you start to think about it, and it's like,
It also doesn't help that the only street lamp nearby is behind my house.
it's not working anymore, is it?
No, it's working, but
Oh,
it
it
was
is?
struck by lightning, so there's an eerie orange glow
Oh,
to
yeah,
it.
yeah.
So yeah, that's the only source of like street lamp that we have out here
That's great.
for a little bit.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna rate this movie out of 5 machetes.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you rate it out of?
I gave it a 3.75 out of 5.
Okay. Loki, what do you rate it?
Maybe a 4 out of 5?
Adam.
I definitely want to give it a 4 out of 5 just because it definitely has a lot of for it being a lot of like like copycat sort of stuff. It still has a lot of things that I think definitely needs some credit. I definitely want to say 4 out of 5. As much as I love it, I'm not gonna give it that full 5 because some parts are just cheesy, silly, but they're fun.
Hell yeah.
I give it, I think, 3.5 out of 3.5 out of 5. It's mostly for like the kills, because the kills are really good, and I like the acting. I like how the character development went, and like Betsy Palmer's acting in this was just fucking amazing, honestly.
Very, very cool.
Well, yeah. Well, little spooks, that's going to be it for us today.
Join us next Saturday as we discuss the Netflix original movie Fear Street 1978.
Hell yeah. Don't forget to rate us and tap that bell icon on Spotify so you don't miss an episode. If you want to follow the Guarded by Demons socials, we're on Twitter at Guarded Demons. We're also on Anchor, YouTube, and Instagram at Guarded by Demons. We also have an email, guardeddemonpod@gmail.com, if you want to write in and suggest some topics, movies, or games we could play on the podcast, which also you can also tell us how we did.
Yeah.
Be nice about it.
Definitely be nice about it. Lexi runs the email, so she will see everything that you guys send.
And I'm a sensitive being. If you make me cry, that's on you. You'll have that on your shoulders.
All right, Loki, do you have anything you want to plug?
I have my Twitter and my Twitch both underneath Ice Queen Loki.
Adam, do you want to plug anything?
Well, I am a musician and a composer. I totally forgot my Twitter stuff, but I think you'll tag me or something on that, right?
I will put.
Speaking of which,
I will put all the your links on the description. But again, that's a good thing to know because if you listen to us on Spotify, you will be able to hear a new intro that we have.
Hell yeah, dude.
And that is something that Adam actually made for us.
Hey man, it would be on YouTube too because I copyrighted.
Oh yeah, that's true. It will be on YouTube.
Well,
Oh,
I'm
so excited.
I'm so excited to hear it, and
That shit was awesome, dude.
I'm glad that you guys liked it. Honestly, it's
You almost made Kimberly cry.
Yeah.
It was just something super fun. I popped in one morning and I figured, it
was very good.
Cool. Well, yeah, go for it.
That was really good.
Oh, I really appreciate you having me on the show, by the way.
Of course. If you guys ever want to come back on, just message us.
Hell yeah, dude.
For sure.
Hell yeah. Okay. Once again, I am Kimberly, and if you want to follow me on my personal accounts, I am the Lesbian Spook on Twitter, and I am Spooky Scary Lesbian on Twitch and Tumblr. I play some horror games whenever I can on Twitch. I hope to probably continue Resident Evil 4.
Sometime.
But that's a maybe. If I'm not busy with this. If you're listening to this on YouTube, all the links that we say will be in the description, so it'll be easier for you to follow. If you are listening to it on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you will not miss a notification. Leave a like on the video.
I'm Lexi. If you want to follow me on Twitch, it's at SemiProEagle, where I play a variety of games, and I do draw from time to time. Lately, I've been playing Skyrim, and here just a few nights ago, I started drawing Eddie Munson from Stranger Things, because I love him dearly.
So do I. I got to pick the one that she's drawing.
Yeah, you did. I'm so excited to show it to you when I'm done with it. It might take some time, but I got this.
Again, I said I do not care. I want it as my wallpaper. All right, guys. Stay spooky.